Hello, dear friends, how are you? Anger, anger. There are enough number of people, although everybody feel angry sometimes, but some of the people they remain angry most of the time, or they remain angry quite frequently. Now, this frequent anger that is something very much damaging. That is something highly destructive for ourselves. That is something. It is like punishing ourselves for something bad done by somebody. We don't need to punish ourselves at all because the consequences of anger upon our own lives, these are highly destructive. The consequences of anger, the consequences of long term anger are highly destructive upon our own lives, upon every aspect of our life, and sometimes it causes a huge destruction. So, for all that reason, it is extremely important that we people try to control it, that we should try to diffuse the anger. Rather, we should do everything else we can to somehow preempt the anger, not to suffer because of the anger at all. So, today we are going to talk about what are the scientifically proven destruction or damaging effects of anger upon our own lives. Scientifically proven. So, these are several in number. These are seven in number. Seven major negative effects of anger upon our own life. So that is a huge number, and every negative impact is highly destructive. So let's look upon the destructive effects upon our life first of all, before we go for how to control it, how to manage it, or how to preempt it. The first negative effect of the anger, frequent anger upon our life is that our health suffers. Our health suffers a lot because although nothing is more precious in this world for me, for you, for all of us, as compared to our health, health is the biggest of all the wealth. If at all something is damaging our health, I think it must be contained. And as for the anger is concerned, it causes diabetes, it causes stroke, and it causes heart health issues. So that is obviously the biggest price we do have to pay because of our own anger. Now, the second major effect of this anger upon our life, it is the mental health issues. Mental health, it is even more important, are not anyway lesser important than the physical health. Maybe it is more important, more damaging, and it causes, the anger causes anxiety, the anger causes depression, and the anger causes substance abuse. All of that is very bad indeed. Now, the third major negative impact of the anger is that is strained relationships. Relationships are precious for us. Now, damaged relationships with the family, with the friends, and with the colleagues. Damaged relationships with the family, with the friends, with the neighbors, with the colleague, with the rest of the acquaintances. I think that is another big price we do pay because of the frequent anger. So now the fourth major negative impact of the anger upon our life, it is impaired cognitive connection. impaired cognitive connection, mean difficulty in concentration, concentrate, that is very important. Difficulty in concentrating, difficulty in the memory, memory loss, and then it is the poor decision making, all because of the anger. Now, the fifth major impact of the anger upon our life, that is weakened immune system. Weakened immune system. Our immune system become very weak indeed, and this immune system prevents the illnesses, prevents the diseases, from us, but increase the susceptibility to the illness, and that is because of increased immune system. Why? Because we remain angry. So these are several, and these are five major highly damaging effects of the anger upon our life. Now moving to next segment, and that is how to control it, because controlling it, because managing it, rather because preempting it, it is extremely important. Otherwise we will be a big loser in the life. Now the first one is identify triggers. Identify triggers. How can we do that? That is, become aware of the situations, becoming aware of the situations, and becoming aware of the people, and becoming aware of the events that triggers anger. So that is the number one thing, identifying triggers. Now, what to do about the anger, what to do about the chronic anger? First thing is identify triggers. Identify the people, the situations, and the events that trigger the anger. Number two, it is practice relaxation techniques. Practicing relaxation techniques. How can we practice the relaxation techniques? So that is regularly engage in the activities like deep breathing, like meditation, like progressive muscle relaxation. So deep breathing, the simplest ever and one of the most effective, and that is, take as deep breath as it is possible, hold it for few seconds, then release, inhale from the nose, retain it in the lungs for some time, for few seconds, and then gradually release it through the mouth. That is the that is the deep breathing technique. And then it is the meditation. We should learn to meditate 20 minutes in the morning, another 20 minutes in the evening. That is also highly beneficial. So, meditation, learn to meditate. It is simple, it is not complicated at all. Now, the third thing, that is the progressive muscle relaxation. How can we practice it? And that is, lie down on the bed or somewhere, or even sit somewhere comfortably. Relax your body. Now take one part of your body, like the neck and the face and the head. Tighten it as much as we can. Hold it for few seconds, then gradually release it. Repeat the process for 3 times. After that, take the shoulders and the arm and do the same thing. Tighten it as much as we can. Hold it for few seconds, then gradually release it. And then from the below the neck and above the legs, and repeat the process for 3 times. Then it is the thighs, then it is the lower leg, and then it is the feet. I think that is also one of the very useful. It is called progressive muscle relaxation. Very good indeed. And that is the second way of what we can do about this anger control, or preempting the anger and the destructive effects of the anger. Now the third technique is exercise regularly, and physical activity reduces stress, reduces anxiety, and refreshes us a lot. It makes us a healthier person. Regular physical exercise, any form of it, whatever you can afford, whatever is suitable. And it is walking, it is jogging, it is running, it is yoga, it is aerobics, it is the weightlifting, it is the gym, it is the sports, it is the athletics, whatever you can do. And the most common of all these, it is walking. Walk for at least 30 minutes a day. Walking, and it should be better if it is a brisk walking, that should be at least for the 30 minutes a day. Now, the fourth technique to overcome or to preempt the anger, it is the seek professional support. Seeking of professional support. How can we do that? Talk to the trusted friend, talk to the family member, talk to the therapist. Talking to the family members, talking to the friends, talking to a therapist, and that is another very good way. And the fifth technique to preempt or overcome the anger, the chronic anger, that is learn healthy communication skills. Learning of healthy communication skills. Learning, that is one of the biggest thought we can ever learn, and it is learning healthy communication skills. It is express feelings and needs, express feelings and needs assertively without aggression. Very important indeed. It is express feelings and express your needs assertively, express it, and without the expression, without the aggression. Now the sixth technique to overcome the anger and to preempt the anger, that is eat, that is get enough sleep. Getting enough sleep, we need at least 7 hours and 8 hours or 9 hours of quality sleep every night. Every night, 7, 8, 9 hours of sleep, and not less than seven, not more than 9 hours of sleep every night. So that is the technique number six. Now the seventh and the last seventh technique is practice forgiveness. Practicing forgiveness, that says let go of grudges and let go of resentments. Let go of grudges, let go of resentments, because it damages us a lot, a lot, a lot indeed. So, but what is needed is that if at all you are unable to maintain any relationship, it is far better and very important to part your ways, not to stay with that particular person, but it is better to, forgive and release the grudges and the resentment. Now, the eighth and the last technique, that is seek professional help. Seeking of professional help, it is consult a mental health professional. Consulting a mental health professional if anger issue persists, or if anger issue worsen. If at all the issue of the anger worsen, or it does persist, it does not go away, it is very important to talk to a mental health professional. So these are the eight highly important techniques of overcoming, preempting the anger. Earlier we spoke about the five major reasons, the five major damages to our life, the five major destructive effects of the anger upon our own life. Now we talked about the eight important techniques. How can we overcome? Now, lastly, there are certain additional tips as well. So these are only four in number. Additional tips, also very helpful, very helpful. Number one, it is keep a journal. Keep a journal. That is record anger. That is record. Anger triggers. Recording of the anger triggers and your own and the reactions to identify patterns. To identify pattern. It is recording a journal. Take a notebook and keep writing at what time, why I became angry, what became the trigger, and what was the reaction. So that is that thing to be noted. Every time it does happen, note it. Certain important information about that particular burst of anger or feelings of anger. Now, the second additional tip is take breaks. Taking off breaks, take breaks. Engage in the calming activities. Engage in the calming activities like walking, like listening to music, like saying salah or prayer. That is a great spiritual activity, and it helps us a lot indeed. It is take breaks, engage in the calming activities like like walking, like listening to the music, like like saying salah or prayer. Now the third additional tip, that is practice gratitude. Practice gratitude. Reflect on the good things in your life. Reflect on the good things in your life and feel thankful for. We are unfortunately ungrateful people, and lack of gratitude, that is one of the biggest reasons why we are unhappy on the one hand and unproductive on the other hand. So, practicing of the gratitude, many of the people say that I don't have any good things in my life. Why to be grateful then? As a matter of fact, it is not that we are lacking the good things in our life. The trouble is that our focus is at the wrong place. We have rather focused on what we are lacking or what are the bad things in our life instead of focusing upon what is the good in our life. I think all what is needed here is that is to shift our focus from what we lack to what we have, shifting our focus from what is bad in the life and to what is good in the life. And do not ignore even the smaller good things in my life, in your life. That is how we can develop an attitude of gratitude. Nothing could satisfy us as much, nothing could give us such a big player, such a big level of satisfaction as the gratitude does. Now the fourth and the last additional tip is that is learn to laugh. Learning to laugh, that is another very important thing. Find humor in the situation to diffuse the tension. Finding humor in almost every situation or in those difficult situations, try to find the humor. And because it is one of the very effective thing as for the diffusal of tension is concerned, I think that our today's talk was highly beneficial because we talked about the highly damaging effects of chronic anger, and these are some five in number. Then we spoke about what we can do, how can we manage it. There are eight important tips which we shared with you, and lastly we talked about certain additional tips which are four in number. I think our today's topic, that was something which is very important, rather extremely important, and there were highly scientific and research based tips which were provided here. So that is all from me today. Thank you very much.